changes.
Hola! Going to start off by prepping our eyes with concealer and then putting some setting powder on top of it. We are going to be using the Tartelette palette by Tarte and going in with a little bit of transition color for the crease. You guys already know this, I always repeat it, but it's an important step before going in with the darker colors. Now we're going to use that light purplish color for the crease with a smaller brush. We are going to start creating more definition to the eye. My crease is not that big, so I need that crease to be a little more defined. I'm going in with a darker purple color and just putting it in the outer corner. Remember, this is my look, this is my taste, but you guys can change things around or make it fit your eyes. As you guys are seeing in the picture, I'm just blending it through. I know, I've said it a million times before, but here it goes again. If you blend colors in, you can make any crazy, wild look work. You just gotta blend, blend, blend. It also helps if you use a lighter shade than the one you're applying, and then blend that darker color in. That's going to remove any harsh lines. Moving on, we are going to be using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. It's in the shade Milk. I'm going to be applying this all over the lid without going above the crease. It's okay if it goes a little bit low because we're going to cover this color up, but don't go above it. Please stay low. We're going to be using this beautiful, I don't even know the color, but it's like a purplish color, and I'm going to be applying this with a 242 by MAC. This is my favorite flat definer brush. It's amazing for packing those colors in. So I'm going to be applying this all over the mobile lid and covering that white color up. This is a great technique to make the colors look a little bit more intense and fierce. Now I'm just taking a clean, fluffy brush and just blending that color through to avoid the harsh lines we were talking about. I'm applying it a little bit of darker colors outside the crease. You don't have to do this, but I love how it looks. And I'm starting to put black in the outer corner with a pointy brush and then blending it through. You can apply as much black or as little black as you guys want. So I continue in with the blending process to take away all those harsh lines from black. Now I'm going to go in with the glitter. I'm using Revlon Photo Rally color. I don't know what. It's a Revlon product. It's new. It's the first time I tried it and I'm loving it. It's just glitter and it stays in your eyes. I do recommend that when you apply it, just apply it in your eyelid because if you go above the crease, it will look all sticky and it's not a pretty look. So just apply it in your eyelid and let it dry for about 2 minutes. I know, sexy looking like a man, but it always happens when you start off a smoky eye. I'm blending in some black eyeshadow. You don't have to do this, but I like it a little bit more smoky and sultry. Now I'm cleaning off with a wipey, or you can use a little bit of makeup remover and va-va-voom. You're removing all the excess makeup that went under your eyes. Now I'm using Ardency in black eyeliner. It's my favorite one, creamy, and applying it to my lash line. And then a little bit of mascara before going in with falsies. But I'm going to let the mascara dry and go towards the face. I'm going to be using some argan oil and it has little tiny bits of gold inside it. It's beautiful, it's a little bit sparkly, and what it does is that it moisturizes your skin. In this weather, my skin is completely dry, so I need something hydrating and illuminating for the face before going in with foundations. We're going to be using the Wet n Wild Cover All. This is the first time I'm using is a correcting palette and I will be using the color green. It gives instructions into what is for what. So it was my first test. I really liked it, but let me try a little bit more to tell you what my review is about it. I'm putting it under my eyes because I tend to have really big bags under my eyes and where I have blemishes. Yeah, I'm going through a rough time right now with my skin. It's giving me issues, but it's gonna be all right. Now we're moving into the foundation. I'm going to be using the Bourjois Healthy Luminous Foundation. It's one of my favorite foundations, very hydrating. It's a medium to low coverage, but I just love it for my skin. The color, everything is perfect. Applying it all over the face, blending it in. I know it looks a little bit weird, but it's going to look better when it sets in. I'm using concealer, the NARS Creamy Concealer. It's my favorite one. And applying it under my eyes. I'm sorry, it's the Kat Von D. It's the best one. The high points of my face where I want to highlight and illuminate. I'm going to be using a Morphe brush from the Gunmetal collection, my favorite collection, and just blending it in. You can blend with this, with your fingers, or with a beauty blender. One of the wonderful things about this concealer is that it's creamy, it hydrates, but it does not set in. What I do is that I tend to seal it off with some powder later on, but for now, it's perfect. It doesn't set into my fine lines. Moving on to the contouring, I'm going with the LA Girl. It's a type of concealer, but I use it as a contouring cream. It's amazing, and it's about $2 in Morphe brushes, so yay! Going in with another Morphe brush. I'm loving their brushes so much. And I'm just blending that contour in. The color I'm using, I believe, is Toffee or something like that. It's very dark, so a little bit goes a very long way. Don't worry if you see that it's too harsh. You can blend it in later on with your foundation brush with no excess product. Just go through it and va-voom, you're ready. Now I will be setting in the concealer. I prefer to do this before going in with the contour, but I forgot, so it's okay. I'm just setting it with some loose powder. This is the best way. It's called baking. You leave this powder for about 2 minutes, and then you swipe it off, and it is flawless and clean and beautiful. I forgot to mention the product, but it's the Laura Mercier setting powder. It's the best one. I mean, I've tried a couple, and I heard the rave about this when I was like, and I tried it, and yes, it is worth the hype. I'm using another Morphe brush to just put a little bit of that powder on the bottom of my contour. Now with the lashes, we're going in with Doll Up by Velour Lashes. Some dancing, and then I'm ready to put them on. I'm feeling a little bit badass, a little bit cool, so I'm going to be putting my false eyelashes with no tweezers whatsoever. I know I look all cool, but inside I'm like, please work. And yay, success! This used to be my biggest problem, and now I'm getting pretty good at it. So props to you, Adriana. The biggest tip I can give you is that you should let the glue dry in for 10 seconds and then put them on. It's going to work a lot better. Then we're ready to clean off our powder. As you see, it looks pretty, it looks nice, and it does not set into your fine lines, which is a big problem when it comes to under eye areas. Yay! Our face looks a lot better now. Clean contour, and I'm going to clean my lips because it looks like I have no lips whatsoever. Lips are back, and then I can set in my contour. You don't have to do this, but I like to do it because it gives my face a little bit more of definition. So I put it in. I know it looks a little bit harsh, but then what I do is that I blend it in with my powder brush. I'm going to be using the Naked Small Palettes and using that blush. I don't remember what's the name, but I'll list it down below. It's a beautiful blush, and it comes with a bronzer and a highlighter. So I'm using a Real Techniques brush, and it's a very soft pinky color. It's very neutral, so I really like it for any type of makeup. I decided to use the same palette for my highlighter. I started off with the color. It's a beautiful color, but it was not enough for me. I wanted something more intense, so I went to my basics. Champagne Pop by Jaclyn Hill, my all-time favorite YouTuber and just inspiration as a woman. Her and Amrezy, oh man, their life. So yes, I'm applying it all over the areas where I want to highlight. I'm going strong with the highlight, but that's okay. That's how I like it. Now I'm using a tiny brush for the inner corners of the eyes, just applying a little bit of that Champagne Pop to the center to, bring a little bit of light and open the eyes more. I'm using a eyeliner brush. Actually, it was the only one that I had in hand, but it's okay. And just applying a little bit of that purple in my under eye area and then smoking it out with a clean brush. It's going to start to fall a little bit, but it's okay. We can always go in and clean it later on. You don't have to do this, but I always like to smoke out my lower lash line. I think it gives it, I don't know, intensity. Now I'm using a little bit of black with another brush and putting it really, really tight into that line. I don't know the name of the line, but you know what I mean. That's why the video is here. And then smoking it out as much as you want. Then I'm going in with a clean brush and just putting a little bit of setting powder and going over it. That's going to clean any excess that fell off. Now I'm putting some coat of mascara in my lower lashes. I like them clumpy because I think it gives it an extra pop. Then, as you all know, brows, blah, blah. Brows are boring, but you get the deal. We're done with them. And we're done with this video. I hope you guys like it. I love you and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.